This night wasn't just about suffering, it was the center of God's salvation plan. Jesus chose the cross. If you want to understand Christianity, start here. 1. Jesus predicted his betrayal, death, and resurrection just as Luke 18 says. He entered the garden fully aware of the agony ahead. 2. His disciples abandoned him despite their vows of loyalty. Peter denied him 3 times just as Jesus said. Even the boldest faith can collapse under fear. 3. The trial was illegal, held at night with false witnesses and no proper process, as described in Mark chapter 14. They broke their own laws to condemn the lawgiver. The crowd chose Barabbas, a criminal, over Jesus, showing how deeply sin distorts the human heart, as seen in Mark chapter 15. They didn't just reject Jesus, they preferred rebellion. Jesus was flogged with a Roman flagrum, an instrument designed to tear flesh. This fulfilled Isaiah 53:5. By his stripes we are healed, physically and spiritually. Mocked as a king, he wore a crown of thorns and a purple robe, as told in John chapter 19. They didn't realize he was the King of Kings. Jesus carried his cross through the Via Dolorosa, the way of suffering, until he collapsed, as told in John 19:17 and Luke 23:26. Then Simon of Cyrene was forced to help him. It's a reminder that following Jesus means actually carrying a real cross. Crucifixion was a Roman execution method meant for shame, torture, and public warning. Nails were driven through wrists and ankles, causing unimaginable pain, yet the bones were not broken, fulfilling Psalm 34 verse 20. The agony was both physical and emotional, designed to humiliate as much as to kill. Victims often hung for hours, struggling just to breathe. It was one of the cruelest punishments ever devised. Suddenly, darkness covered the land for 3 hours, just as described in Luke chapter 23, verse 44. This was a supernatural sign of judgment. The event fulfilled Amos 8, verse 9, where the prophet said the sun would go down at noon during judgment on sin. The darkness signaled this was no ordinary death. God's own commentary on what was unfolding. Judgment had come, and the world would never be the same. Jesus' last words were, "It is finished," as recorded in John 19, verse 30. This wasn't a cry of defeat, but a declaration that the debt was paid in full. The Greek word tetelestai means paid in full, completely accomplished. At that moment, the temple veil tore in two, opening direct access to God. The barrier between God and humanity was removed for good. The work of salvation was totally complete. Redemption was now available to all who would believe. This night was not just about pain, it was about purpose. Every prophecy fulfilled, every law satisfied, every sinner invited. He became the curse for us, as Galatians